you. This is my cat, Van Gogh. He does not realize that he is now live on television. That's okay. That's okay. Sooner or later, he will know. Okay. He's super needy. Actually, he just likes to be where it's warm. And I think I'm just being used as some sort of warmth thing. Thanks for the follow, Happy Geek Chick and Lost of Zuljan. I'll send you prezzies as soon as I can. I was in the middle of doing something. Ah, yes, I was telling people I was streaming. Jhart will be streaming an auction shortly. I will let you know if I see that message. I won't be offended if you want to watch that. Drops are on, or should be. Where's the streaming channel? I just asked for a streaming channel and I know I got one. Here it is. Boom. I don't like bothering people with my stream stuff, so I'd like to keep it in its own little channels so that nobody gets upset that they're getting spammed or whatnot. But yeah, so this is Van Gogh doing a lap kneading thing because he's weirdo. That's just how he rolls. Okay, so right now we're just standing in my orc party house just because I figured I needed to stand somewhere. All right, so everybody has been notified. And now we can start talking about things, including news. But first, since no one's on yet, let us talk about natchpotes. Now, I did some research to try to find out what the hell, where did that term come from? I mean, it's obviously patch notes with the letters switched, natchpotes. But it's so popular and it's so common, and I could not find an explanation for why, or, you know, anything about it, you know? It was a really strange kind of thing that popped into my head. It was like, I wonder where that's from. I wonder what that's all really about. Hold on. Sit still. Sit still. All right, patch notes. Live natchpotes. Okay, so today's patch, which we had maintenance for and was annoying enough that for the rest of us who had to sit through it and were up this morning, they're saying fix memory leaks, game crashes, sure. A fix to allow large groups to join BGs. Fixes for werewolf questline. This would sort of matter to us, but it's more PvP. Fixed an issue where sprinting while picking up Volendrung would cause some unintended behaviors. Housing. Fixed an issue where you could see through some distant mountains in the Hall of the Lunar Champion. Really? Like, I never noticed that. I wonder if it was like a dev who noticed it and thought it was like, thanks for the follow, Playful Kitten. I looked at your house yesterday. I liked it a lot. Ah, go away. Delete. Okay. I'm going to send you a Prezi if I have them in my inventory. And if I don't, I'll just go somewhere that does. Go to Mornoth. Okay. All right. Yeah, you didn't notice? Let me go look at, let me pull it up. Goofball. I think so. I think it was yesterday. Might have been the day before, but either way, I do this every day. Playful kitten. Playful kitten. I know I saw it. Let me search for it. Okay, I looked at your linchal, your Grimm's Fairy Tales on the first. Was that you? Oh, that was you who was embarrassed about it, I think. Oh, honey, you shouldn't have been embarrassed about it. I loved it. I honestly loved it. You had nothing to be embarrassed about. And in fact, I did this whole long like spiel after I read what you were saying, and I felt so bad, and I was like, you're I feel terrible about it because I didn't want to make you feel bad. And what I wanted to tell you was I never would have thought to use statues the way that you did to tell the story. And I'm really glad that I'm really glad you did it that way because it gave me ideas. It's you. I didn't what? Grimm's Fairy Tales, the linchal? Am I wrong? I thought that was you. But you're honestly quite good, and I hadn't thought of using them that way. And in fact, it's for an upcoming build. I might even use that idea. Oh, okay. And I just didn't want you to feel bad because I think we're all too hard on ourselves, and I just wanted you to know that you did do a good job. I'm like brutally honest to the point where if I really thought it was crap, I would tell you. I would do it in a nice way, but I would tell you. But you're not crap. Silly. Silly, silly. You're fine. I'm glad you checked in though. Today drops. Woot! And we were going to talk about lots and lots of housing stuff. So much going on. Okay, let me just... Oh, don't beat yourself up. You know, it's a learning process for all of us. And me included. And some days I'm like, why the hell am I even doing this? Because like I don't have any right to be telling people how to build houses when I suck, you know? There's some days where I just feel like that. And hopefully that person exists. Nope. Absolutely. Happily. Let me just send this thank you to Happy Geek Chick. Hopefully it'll go through. I hate when people don't use their real names. Then I can't send them prezzies. Alright, playful kitten. Kitten Mornoth. Let's go look. Shall we? Oh, it doesn't appear to be open for visitors. You may have to change your permissions and then I'll be able to come over. So just let me know when your permissions are changed and I'll happily try again. Okay, what am I doing? Okay. Man, I am just all over the place this morning. So while you're fixing that, let me talk to you more about natchpotes, which I couldn't figure out why they call them natchpotes, but other than it's just cute and silly and people do it, and I don't know why. Live natchpotes. Okay. General, fixed memory leaks, blah, 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 quests, blah, gamepad mode. Oh, so boring. Just really not anything interesting at all about the natchpotes whatsoever. Let's see if there's any housing ones on the PTS patch notes. These look like they're the same and not... Well, maybe they're not. No, this is not PTS patch notes. Patch notes and hot fixes. Let me know when and if you're able to change those permissions, and then I'll pop on over. I didn't know if you heard that or not. Okay. Public test server. Natch Potes. Wow, we haven't had Natch Potes since October. I'm not going to read them. All right, so there you go. That's Natch Potes. Let's go over the rest of the news of entertainment. So we've got tonight at 5 p.m. Eastern, whatever the hell time you are zone, based off of that, 2 p.m. PST, 4 p.m. here. Good morning, Nana. They've got the global reveal events talking about what they're going to do in the next season type quarter thing, maybe in the next year. So if you tune into that and your account is linked to to Twitch. Okay, cool. And your account is linked to Twitch, like your ESO account is linked to Twitch, then you should be able to get a bat. Oh, please, I'm always kind. It still doesn't let me in. Maybe I need to reload. I don't know. I'll always be kind. And rewind. Yes, I actually said that, Griff. Shut up. Yes, EHT. I'm going to show Nana how to do it real quick, and then we'll... Okay, cool. Did you spell it right with the Y? Stabity Doom with the Y? There's multiple spellings. Let me type it out for you because it can get confusing with all the different spellings of the same damn name I use. It would be spelled like that. So, let me go to... Why am I... Hey, Tierna. Drops today, I believe. So make sure you link your accounts, folks. Link your accounts to Twitch, and you will get possibly a chance of getting a bat pet if you watch the thing tonight. All right, so here's what I'm talking about, Nana. If you have EHT installed, and you look at anything really, cool, I'll be right there. Look, in fact, I need those. See, it previews it. So, in addition, Cardi added something that lets you measure things. So, as long as you have EHT installed and on, it should work. I don't know about weapons and whatnot. I don't know if that would work or not. I'm curious to know. Here, let's see. No, not for weapons. Looks like it's just for gear. I mean, just for furnishings, Nana. I think that's the only thing. Now, I know some people have tweaked, if you look at the forums for it, supposedly, yeah, it'll just work for furnishings, though. Yes, it will show you things you don't own. It will show you every furnishing there is. What it won't show you is gear, stuff like that. I apologize for that, but he only did it for furnishings since it's a furnishing type add-on. All right, let me go over to Playful Kitten. Oh, looks like it's going this time. Okay. So, what is going on? Let me reload UI. I think it's on my end. The other thing I wanted to show you was there are, hey Angel, on ESO UI for item preview. If you're at least a little bit technical, if you go into the comments and you're able to, you might be able to do some of the suggested fixes on the forums for it. I don't know if that's the kind of thing that you're capable of doing, because I'm not. But if you're really hung up on it being item preview, there are methods in which you can play with it and supposedly fix it. There's that. The add-on only works for previewing furniture now, so ignore it. The ZOS changed the API more so that things cannot be previewed. The add-on is dead. So apparently, only furniture can be previewed by anything. Huh. That sucks. ZOS made more things impossible to do, probably because of memory. Great. Good to know. There is no fix. Just fabulous. Loving it. Great. While we're reloading and hopefully getting me to go to that house, I'll keep talking. I'm just so upset about that. Yeah, I know. But they killed it. ZOS killed it. Probably for the same reason why they killed MM. You know? Like, MM's throttled probably for the same exact reason, which is their servers can't handle it. They need to improve their API. They need to improve their underlying code, really. It's disgusting. Annoying. I don't understand what's going wrong. I mean, it should work, but it won't let me go. All right. Is it your primary? No, it won't let me go. Sadness. I tried it with 2 different add-ons, including Ports a Friend, and it won't let me go. Doesn't love me. So, ESN. Oh no, Playful, I'm on NA. That could be why. I don't think so, Tierna. I don't think they're giving us stuff back. I think they take away what they take away, and they're not going to give us anything back. That's just my negative but honest opinion. ESO Housing Network is currently voting. Oh, I'm sorry, Playful. Tell you what, I'll write it down and we'll go to it the next time we're on EU, which we can do today if you'd like. Kitten EU. Mornoth. If not, you can always catch the video. I'll post about it on the forums like I did last time. And so you'll be able to see it if we're not able to go today. So ESO Housing Network. There's the link to their Discord. They're currently voting on a contest for a global event. All of the entries are in and posted. And the voting closes midnight, January 17th. And there's a whole bunch of posts up. Mine is not winning, and that's perfectly acceptable. If you're a member of that Discord, then you'll be able to vote. If you're not, you can join it, and then you can vote. And honestly, like, there are some really cute ones up there, and it doesn't hurt to join it, you know? Get a little bit more access to more housing stuff. Okay, next one. We'll get through this, I promise. January 19th. For talking about... Hold on. I don't know why it did that. Housing's Finest Builders Guild. It's Guild Night. So if you'd like to have your house featured in Guild Night, in the Housing Finest Builders, and you are a member, go and go to the section on Discord called Guild Night Signups, or message Viewdang and let her know that you want your house to be looked at by the entire guild, and then they will do that on the 19th. So to beat this to death, because this is how I roll, I will now, I'll just say This is how you spell her name. In case you want to go and do that. Just mail her in case you don't want to go on Discord. Not everybody's a Discord person. And that's any house. There's no theme to it. Just take your pick. Hey, Vic. January 25th is the potato house. I hope folks have entered. If not, here's the info. We built a potato together. So we entered. 25th, back to Skyrim, Breeze Home. I don't know if you guys go on the... Well, let me show you what I made yesterday. It should be kind of fun to show you, actually. I made these yesterday. So this is a side-by-side of my house next to... wow. I'm going to have to zoom out a lot. I don't know that I can fit it. Wow. How do I not be able to fit this? All right. Let's look at it here. I will add the thing now. Hold on. Browser source. Add source. And my Breeze Home. Okay. I don't think it lets you scroll down, does it? Nope. That's lame. Well, whatever. I'll link you the link and you can look at it whenever you want. I know you all have seen my Breeze Home, but I put side-by-side photos of Breeze Home up. So you can see what it looks like normally versus, wow, you can't make it any smaller. That's crazy. Oh my goodness, thanks for the follow. Eek! Let me close this. I was just showing people stuff. Thanks, Sleeping Bella. You're sweetie. We got drops today. You're a sweetheart. Let me write down that you sent me that. Sleeping Bella. Raid. I keep notes. We're talking about housing stuff. This morning in the Natchpotes, they said that they've changed the Hall of the Lunar Champion. Not much. They only changed it so that they said that some mountains were invisible. I don't recall seeing that, but they said they fixed it. So apparently no longer are there invisible mountains in a Hall of Lunar Champion. And then we're talking about, we were just talking about preview. Item preview is no longer, so what to use instead of item preview. The only thing that I know of that you can use instead of item preview only looks to furnishings, and it's EHT, Essential Housing Tools, which you can get off of Minion. And I was just showing everybody that how it works. It's just as long as you have it installed and running, you can preview furnishings on the trader. I mean on the whatchamabutt. Here. Whatever it's called. Words. Words are hard. See? Preview. So if you want to do that, that's your, and you can measure too with EHT. It'll tell you how big it is. So in case you're missing item preview, this is your solution. It won't do it for gear, and it won't do it for weapons, and nothing will anymore because ZOS apparently has killed off the ability for people to do that. So I'm hoping that you guys can do, you know, do without it. And then we were talking about current contests. And yesterday, yeah, I know it's dead. It's dead. Sorry, Kriya. I'm trying to bring you guys important news, things that matter to us. But you won't be able to see. See you later, sleeping. Have a good one. You won't be able to see gear no matter what, but if you put EHT on, you'll be able to see furnishings. So there's that. Sorry to say. I don't know why they've done it like that. I'm guessing because they can't handle it. Thank you, sleeping, so much. So this is the Breeze Home house that I'm talking about that you can look on the forums. And yeah, I don't care about the gear either. That's why I don't really miss it. If you go on the forums, this was the link to all of the side-by-side pictures I made of real Breeze Home versus fake mine Breeze Home. Yeah, you could still have it. Secondly, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they mentioned that they were able to do a second floor in this house, and I think it's doable because they said if you go into first person, you can build up here, and so I might be able to make the second floor. So we'll see. Maybe. Undo. And there we are. We're up on the second floor right now. So it's entirely possible that I might be able to do this, but I would have to remove, all of these and whatnot, which isn't really the end of the world. Just some thoughts. Not sure what I want to do. But for now, it's just the front room. And it's like I'm afraid to even touch it. So maybe after the contest, I'll make the second floor. But I don't want to F it up, It's like sometimes when you have something done. This is Breeze Home. This is Moonmirth. I originally built it in Topol, in Grand Topol, and you would port in, and this would be all you see. But then I picked it up and moved it entirely to Moonmirth. So it's like basically a structure within a structure because I didn't like remove the structure, the freestanding. I just picked up a freestanding and dropped it here. So that's what I did. And that's for DDA, Divine Design Alliance Guild, if you're in there. J Heart's doing parkour, which is open to anyone. Yeah, not gonna happen. Not for me. January 30th for ETU is doing a winter theme. January 30th resolutions is also J Heart, and I'll show you that one real quick because it's funny. Oh, I can never tell which is which. So mine is a Bosmer resolution. Most of you have seen this. But it's getting a point across, which is to enter a contest, sometimes you don't have to be all that fancy. You don't have to go crazy with it. Sometimes you can just use an apartment, throw some stuff in it, and make a joke, essentially, which is what I did. And so for this is also for J Heart contests. So we've got a Bosmer house. EHT is going to load in. And remember with J Heart, you can always have EHT. He will use it. Some contests when people won't, and so I would shy away from using EHT in some builds if you want to win. But then there's other builds like anything J Heart does, he will look at it with EHT. So here, this is our Bosmer resolution. Sorry about the guest journal. It just won't go away. Dismiss until next visit. See? I like it. Then the next one after that is the Ouroboros contest. They are another Discord. Where is it? Okay. And these are the different options you can use, but I'm paying for the prizes on NA, so I'm not going to be entering. But those are different types of ones you can enter, and that's the link to find out more about Ouroboros. They're cross-server, so any server you're on, they should be able to do. And then, I promise this is almost over, but February 5th, the Hideout. Let me show you where we're at with the Hideout. We're doing this together. The Hideout is for housing's finest builders. Yesterday we built the floor, the walls, and after that was over, I went and I bought a bunch of stuff to furnish it with. So we're going to do more on that today. That's going to be our building project. Swallow. Swallowed the wrong way. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Embarrassing. So this is me just buying stuff in rough drafting, meaning just throwing things in the general area of where I want them. But this is the start of my hideout. I do want there to be a ton of liquor bottles. I feel like they should be strewn about. That should be fun. Oh, I was gonna switch out the skooma because I think that a thief might not use the big fancy skooma thing, might use a small skooma thing. Excuse me. I do want them making poisons though, so there's a whole bunch of poison stuff over here. And so we'll get more done here, but we might even make Parari be the thief. We'll see. But I just tossed some things in here to work with. I can already tell we're going to need some more lighting. But I'll throw this up here for basic lighting to begin with. So this will be our project of the day. February 8th is a love contest for DDA. And then, in case you haven't noted, Chrysaea has been doing cobbles, a cobble feature on the forums, which if you are interested in seeing other people's cobbles, or if you want to put some up yourself, here is what you need to do. You just need to go to this link. Look at me telling you all the things. You don't have to even keep track of it, because I do it for you. So let's do our rando. Rando! I need like a theme song for that portion. Let's do our rando. I'm dying here. All right. Sorry it takes so long to load, but it's actually a good thing. It means that there's that many people who want to join in and you know, show their houses. I don't know Silver Mist, but that's a guild house. Let's try this veteran home. Rose 33051. Okay, so J Hart Ellis is running a community auction, which means that anyone can currently join and bid on things. So in case you want to see his I am not hurt, that is his information, because you know he's a friend of mine and you should do what you want to do, see what you want to see. Some people look at both at the same time. So this is Rose 33051. I can read 400 out of 400 items and 9 effects. Now I'm loving that they really incorporated mushrooms in this house, because it is Mournhold. I mean, not Mournhold. It is Vardenfell. Words are hard today. Oh, look it. They even gave the puppy some noms. And made a window box. There is not normally a window box here. That is really clever. I just took a picture of it. That was so clever. I love me some fabricant trees. And then this is an effect. So you know that pet they were selling recently. This looks a lot like it. And this way you don't have to pay the money for the pet. You have access to it without having to pay for it. A shrine. And a blacksmith. And some shops. I love these. I wish they weren't crown only. I should ask Cardi to put these in as effects, and I would just put them everywhere. I adore those. I don't know about you, but... So, interior. We've got Ferrari hiding. The shelves I hate, but Rose did a really nice job on them. I mean, it almost makes me not hate them as a basic thing. Good job. And this is the office, presumably. This is a cobbled fireplace. Very nice. Sintered rock, which I adore. And then, oh, nice bathroom. How pretty. They even hid the fountain, so it looks like it's just coming out of the rock. Really, really nice. Kitchen. Oh, that's a cool cutting board. And what's in the basement? I closed off my basement, but it looks like Rose, not Sleeping Bella. I saw Sleeping Bella's name, and it's like, looks like Rose has made a little aquarium in the basement. Which nothing saying you can't be creative and wild and do things that are unexpected. I wonder what that's... Oh, that's part of the house. Okay. Bedroom. Puppy. Let's see. Did she build up? Nope. No up build, but that's okay. I'll allow it. I love this view, though. This view gets me every time. I'm such a sucker for this view. My elf velothi will probably be a romance house again, but I don't know when or how I'm gonna do it. But we'll see. So today I want to talk about first steps again. So I don't know if any of you are working on contests, but this interests me because how to go about selecting things for a contest matters to me, because when we're thinking about being creative, it's a big issue to me. I'm trying to figure out, how do I best be creative, and how do I best like show the theme that I'm trying to get across, because, you know, let's say I have a deadline. I need to figure out what to do. This is important for writing too, which is what I'm trying to extrapolate it to. So go to Caffeinated Mayhem's Daggerfall, and there's a reason for it. It may not be exactly, excuse me, on theme for today, but you'll get the point. So I don't think that this was made for any contest in particular. I hope he didn't change it. He or she. I think it's a he, but they. We'll just use they and be safe. Is everybody dead? Or am I not streaming anymore? Oh, okay. No, everybody's just dead. Too early in the morning. So we've got a scary theme here. Probably made for a Halloween house, perhaps. Lots of effects. Creepy, scary. Look at that ship out in the distance. Oh, so well done. I have ways to fix this, Caffeinated. Should you want to fix this this issue with the far off distance and the light and whatnot, we can see if we can work together to fix that. But what I like about this is, see the creature up here? The big scary creature. So let's say you made this house for a Halloween contest, right? And it had this big scary creature. And then J Hart says, I want us to build monsters. Well, you could just submit this damn house. You wouldn't have to restart. You don't have to start from scratch. You just say, hey, this house fits the theme. That's it. Simple as that. So just think about what you've already got. And for the reasons of mainly save your time for things that you need to start from scratch. But I do love these ideas. I like how they grouped all the blue things kind of together. And this is a magic-y, scary room. Lots of stuff going on. So I'm thinking this is just, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure this is also the Daedric portal behind the opened gate thinger. And it looks like somebody's coming through the portal. That's kind of wild. Blood fountain. Creepy stuff. I know it's not Halloween, but light bleed. Option for light bleed. Triggers. I don't know if triggers are going to work if you're not in the house, but there could be a condition section. I have to try those. But if you're in the house, the way to get rid of light bleed is to have a trigger that the light only turns on when you walk in the room. And then when you walk out again, it turns off. Then you don't have light bleed because there's no light on. So that's my solution for light bleed. It's a workaround, not really a solution, but a workaround. I think it's, ew. That's a scary thing. Oh boy. Amusing. Note they are both holding ivory. Gee, I wonder why. I love the blue thingers on the wall. The blue ivy stuff. Really pretty. I guess they're dead and that this is a dead tree. I don't really get the story. It seems like there's a story behind it. I wonder if there's one that I should check somewhere. And I feel bad that I didn't, but let's see if there's anything in the basement. Okay. Lots of dead and burning of bodies and escaped dead. I take it we're not supposed to go to the shore, but we'll double check. No, not supposed to go. All right. So I need to pick up my stuff from Strident. I use Magic Sorter, which is an add-on that... I'm out of coffee. It's an add-on that will sort as you set it to. It'll follow the instructions you put in it. And like I'll say, I want all structural items in my Strident Springs. I'll press the button, it'll do it. It'll sort it, it'll make it all pretty. So I do that for all of my storage houses at once. It's definitely a life-changing program. And so that's how I know if I do it at the end of a day of a building that everything I had left over will all go back to where it belongs. In this case, the tarps, I believe, are here. So we want the tarps. They count as tents. Because what I want to do is I want to cover the Orcish shelter with tarps. Because I still feel like it should be impermanent. Because it's just a hideout. So we're going to do that. And then I'm going to fill out more as we go along. But I wanted to get the structure down first. So I figure, you know, they were able to get some planks. a tent, and some tarps. I mean, it seems realistic to me that if you're on the run, you could get those things. Of course, this game isn't all about realism, so if you wanted to go crazy and make something completely bonkers, there's no reason why you couldn't. I'm just going with a theme that I find to be fun. The next step on, we're going to do this through showing houses. Do you have a house that you can modify to fit a theme? So we'll start thinking about that as we put our tarps down. I think I'm going to use the oversized tarps because then I don't need as many. So here, we've got, there. They threw up some tarps. I'm not entirely sure, like, how careful they should be. Because, like, you know, maybe perhaps they shouldn't have their fire going because they could get caught. But do I care? It's a tarp! It is a tarp. Doctor Who, are you aware that I cannot respond to you in Discord because you did not add me as a friend? Are you aware of this? How am I supposed to respond to your comment? Jerk beats. I'm glad you're here, though, that I could tell you that I'm not ignoring you. That is the situation, though. Okay. Well, don't ask me why it didn't believe me, but I tried to respond to you. Yes, it's still around, but it's no longer, AUT is still around, but it is no longer a trading guild. It is now simply a social guild, such that it is. Actually, it's more like a dead guild, to be honest with you. There's really not anything going on with it at all. I feel really sorry about that, though. But what are you going to do? They're gone. It's too bad. But we knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I think you knew it was coming. I said it a long time before that it was coming. Well, I think what did it for them in the end was, oh no, I need to move this back. There was something that did it for them in the end. I forget what it was. I guess it was just the multi-bid system really did it for them in the end. No, it's not. I think they had really just had it, but they weren't interested in it for quite some time, in my opinion. But this is not me saying something based on knowledge. This is me just saying I had a feeling that they were kind of over it. So, is it true? I don't know. I think Sylvie has things going on in her life too. Like, I don't think it's a secret, so I don't think I would be betraying anything to say that her son decided he's quitting college and getting a job. So she's pretty upset about that. She wanted him to finish college. So there you go. That's part of what's going on, is that. All right, so this is a rough drafty type build, but let me see if I can fix this, and then we'll go to another house. But yeah, that's what's going on. And I think, you know, she's got other things to focus on, and that's my guess. They are going to keep doing MM, though. Delicia! You're the best! Thank you, honey. Much appreciated. Much, much, much appreciated. What little guy? Big guy, rather. You sounded like the little guy at first. Yum, 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 yum. Yes. All right, next house. No, I agree with you. So the next one is, what do you have a house that you can modify? Let's see if anything fits that bill. I set things aside. Well, I don't blame you. So let's go to Danielder's Goronir. I do not. I don't even know what it does yet. I haven't read it. I don't really actually know what it does. I was supposed to read it. I didn't. I promise I will get to it. It just I wasn't up to it yesterday. So this house is a good house for perhaps modifying for Ouroboros, because they're talking about if you want to have a pet or a an animal be about that particular pet, this might work, because this is a rabbit. This is unless it's been changed. It's Alice in Wonderland, and there is a rabbit, obviously, in Alice in Wonderland. So, see it? There he is. The bunny. And if you go inside, there's all these charming little details that make sense. Look at that clock. That clock is brilliant. I'm in love with that clock. There's only one effect in there. It's yeah, but that's okay. It's a pet. It's a rabbit. It counts. So it's got this frame that is EHT, but it's using just feathers, quills, and the back of a trophy. And it's such a good idea, and it's so well done. Simple. And look at this painting. Danielle, they're stuck all these carrots in it and changed the entire look of the picture. Danielle, there's awesome. And then look at the shrine. What else would a rabbit have a shrine to, right? So this house could easily be adapted in a way. Maybe use a real pet rabbit instead of the EHT one, and there you go. You've got a house that you can adapt to become drink me. There should be an eat me too. And you know, this would fit. Even though it's got a lot more to it, I think you could just adapt it pretty easily. And look at the lovely floral and mushroom and everything. I don't think so. But here's the party. And here's, look at that cake. And all the effects are well done. You know, all the different plates are different colors, effects. And there you go, the Mad Hatter. Pretty scary. And then all the bunny, the piggy, everybody's eating. And that's Merry Birthday. Merry Unbirthday. I was going to say, shouldn't it be Unbirthday? There is an un there. That works. He's going to be mad at me for that. I actually think he's making a mistake having them so early in the day. And I mentioned that to him. And he's like, well, he's got to work it around Storma's, yes, he has to work it around Storma's schedule, but I still think it's kind of a mistake. So this is the Queen of Hearts. I think that's just meat put on her chest to look like a heart. And then the painting of the plants. See how they're mixed? So that like they're partially painted and partially not. So this is all very clever, but I think this house could easily be adapted to be about the pet. And there we are. So that's that. And that's Danielle Durr, who's amazing and talented. And I need to send Delicious something. Oh, okay. Hello. There we go. So yeah, I just thought this was just beautifully done and adaptable to other themes. Save yourself some time, tweak your build. There you go. Um, Now we're gonna just do what way? Wisconsin? I'm going to now try to straighten up that little interior room a little bit. And then we'll do other things. Am I getting tagged and stuff? I'm sorry. Why would you come here? That's crazy. Okay, so what I want to do now is I feel like I'm happy-ish. Wow, that looks like shit. Let me move that in. I might want to flip those upside down so you don't see the rope at all, but for now. We're going to pull some things in here. Okay, so the rack is a weapon rack. But it's too big, so I'm just going to put half of it in here. And then we put weapons on it. It's not a very good weapon rack. If I was smart, I would do something different, but I'm not smart. No one ever said I was smart. Certainly not my professor. He never says I'm smart. Ever, ever. He's complaining to me that I said that I don't like radishes. I don't like radishes, and I don't care that I don't like radishes. So what I've done here is I've used these lamps, these Craglorn lamps, as actual swords. So they're supposed to be swords, not lights. Okay, so then I think the bed could be back here. And this is where our Ferrari would be sleeping. Wow, that's going to cause a fire right there. Obvious fire hazard. Well, hummus is amazing, but I'm not really a fan of them. So here's the little nightstand I wanted. Here's the light on the nightstand. I don't know where I want the table yet. So I'm pretending like these are clothes. These little leather things. There's a knapsack up against here. I kind of want to make this section sort of a kitchen, but I think I'm going to move the kitchen outside by all of this stuff. And what I can do is I can take a low tree like this and then hang the bunny and the fish from that. Then it looks like they're making use of the outside as well. Okay. I don't know where somebody would be chopping wood, but maybe by the door. I want to show that they're not exactly the wisest people here, making the decisions that they're making about how to hide. Not the smartest bulbs in the box. It reminds me of, there's a song by Mark Knopfler. about racing. It's an amazing song. The Roadway at Nazareth, I think it's called. Oh, I forgot. I needed to get something else for this, but we'll move on and then we'll look at another house. So the next thing, and this one actually kind of fits, is Bee's Knees did a house in all velothi in blue. Now, I can't remember if this is the one with crystals. If it is, then it solves the next problem. But if it isn't, then we just look at a pretty house. Ugh. Yeah, so the Speedway at Nazareth is a fabulous song. The second half of the song is just him playing the guitar, sounding like he's actually racing. It doesn't have that annoying noise. It's actually quite melodic, but it's... I think that's the thing he's trying to go for. I know you called me that. I'm picking on you. All right, so see the blue crystals here? This is step 3. Okay, first step was, do I have a house that fits the theme? 2. Oh no, this is step 4. Whoops. We'll just ignore that I went there. And we can actually do step 3 in this. So, this is Bee's Knees, who's super talented. And it's, any effects? Those are effects. Those fairy dusts are effects. So basically, what we have here is Bee's Knees wanted to make an enchanted blue kind of area, and instead of anything else. All right. So my point is, they needed a garden. They needed a garden. They covered up everything else, but they needed a garden. So this is a front yard that was chosen deliberately. If you have a house that does not need to be in a yard, I would avoid using a yard house because they're limited. There aren't that many, and you're going to want to use them for things that require a yard. So this would require a yard. She wanted to do a blue theme, and I think she did a good job with it. And then the interior, it has been reskinned to be much smaller and to fit the cave theme. So it feels like somebody like just carved out a cave, put some beams up, and then this might even be a hideout, honestly. And I think it's beautiful. This could very well fit the theme of a hideout. So I don't know if Bee's Knees is entering it, but if she's in Housing's Finest Builders, she should, because this is very hideout-y to me. I like it a lot. All right. So I need to go pick up something from my structural items. Okay. Okay. So I'm picking up something so that I can make the stairway up. And then we're going to talk about the next step in the idea of making a house for a contest. Structures. I think I'll just use planks. I think planks are probably the simplest and the best option. And then we'll head, I want to do a ramp up because the house is actually set up in the air a little bit. So I need a ramp to make it easier for people to walk into it. So this crazy necklace I'm wearing, this is my aunt sent me this. And she's like, everybody needs a statement necklace. And I said, that's one hell of a statement. But I do like it. I do like it a lot. It just cracks me up that she was like, oh, it's a statement necklace. I'd say so. So, here we go. This ramp should do, right? If I can get it right. There. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So, I know this is stupid. Oh, no, I can't flip them because it has those stupid things on both sides anyway. All right. This is my aunt who actually sent me the salt. You're absolutely right, Franca. Franca remembered the salt story, and that like makes me so happy. Oh my god. You made my day, Franca. Just by remembering that, you made my total day. Oh my god. Yes, the salt I have in the background is the salt that my aunt sent me, and I didn't know it was her. And I didn't know what it was. I was like, what the hell is this thing? Oh man, too funny. There's a whole bunch of them here, of these plants here. So what we're gonna do is she's a little wacky, my aunt. But she's a great person. She's just a little wacky. So let's do radius. Select 13 items. Okay. And that should be all these shrubs that you can't really see. And then we just do change these items. We want to do remove items, and they're going to put them back into my inventory. Too funny. Okay. And there we go. So we've got now... Wait, how many did I miss? I missed a whole bunch, huh? Well, that's crazy. Oh well. Have I mentioned today how much I hate the hitboxes of Ivy? Because I hate the hitboxes of Ivy. Just so you know. Hate. Very much hate. Okay. So, the reason why I hate Ivy hitboxes is because they're so much bigger than the item themselves. So every time you're trying to select something else around it, you end up clicking on the damn Ivy. It just does that. It's so annoying. I hate it so much in the face. I hate it in the face. What, baby? That's my sick boy. Gosh, the sick one. He's still here. He just is not gonna die at this point, he says. Not ready. He said, I'll go when I'm ready. It isn't now. Okay. I just picture this guy trying to cover this up, thinking that they've done a good job, and they really haven't. You know, like, wow, you really didn't cover anything, dude. And, like, how hidden are you if you put a sign out that says you're a thief? I did this myself, and I'm cracking myself up. All right, so the next step is... in my story of how to pick things is go through your items you own to see if any of them work for what you're trying to do. And let me see if I can pick one up, show you a house that's sort of on topic for that. I don't know if I can, but if I might just end up having to pick a rando and then. All right, so we'll look at. Oh no, I can't. She's not here. Bah, I don't know. I don't know. So we'll go in order. SRS 5252 Alinor. This probably won't work. This probably does not answer what I'm talking about, but I'll tell you what I do as we go along. So basically, once I have a theme, I will go to each of my storage houses and I will pull items from them. And I will think, you know, maybe I'll use this, maybe I'll use this, maybe I'll use this. And sometimes I find that that'll inspire a whole build. You know, let's say you have, like we were just looking at, let's say you have like 10 blue crystals just sitting there, not knowing what to do with them. You just bought them when they were on the Lux and they're just sitting there. Well, use them. Now you have a blue crystal house, you know, that might answer some sort of, this is beautiful, that might answer some sort of contest. Or maybe you just want to make a house for yourself, right? Look at this jacuzzi here. This is lovely. And a toilet, because of course there is. All right. And then all of these are stained glass effects, but they add so much to this house. I really feel like it. That is a good use of that hosta. You know, I hate hostas in real life. I try to kill them. I hate them so much. My neighbor used to like them, so what I would do is I would just I would have my husband yank them out of the ground, and we'd put a different plant in, and then we'd drop them off with her because she wanted them, and then she would replant them. So they didn't get murdered, but I thought about it. So here's an aquarium, which is perfect for what we were talking about with Ouroboros Discord. They're actually looking for aquariums if you want to enter their contest. That's one of the options. And nice kitchen with good clutter placement. If you have any of these Alinor cabinets up, do yourself a favor and put at least something in this bottom portion, because I see a lot of them empty. They really need something there. They really need something placed on that. Otherwise, they look just blah. So just put something there. Holding the candle is clever. All right. So bedroom or sitting room, a little bit of both. And then we've got a bathroom and a master bedroom. And then what is in this room? Another bedroom. Anything outside? So oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that. Sometimes even ferns and mushrooms will inspire a build. Like, let's say you notice that you have like 50 ferns and you just don't know what to do with them all. And you're like, maybe I could do a fern-based pool. I have to do a pool. Let's make it fern-based and bury some ferns in it so it looks like it's actually a pond or something. You know, it's that simple to get ideas, is to just look at what you've got. If you're obsessive compulsive like me, and I use that incorrectly, and so I shouldn't, it's very disrespectful to people who really have that issue. You might want to make a list of how many you have of each item and then use whatever you have the most of. That would be something that along the lines of what I would do, because I'm insane. But I might do that. So this is SRS 5252 and it's beautiful. Beautiful Alinor house. Okay. I wrote down the effects are lovely, and then that there's a re-walling interior. I think it's the flowers up on the second portion of the house. Like if you go down here, I think what I meant was in here. You see how they have probably, those are probably, maybe not. Let me look. Those may just be retaining walls, or they could be the burial thingers. I forget what they're called. Sarcophagi. And here as well. So I think that's what I was getting at. All right. So the next thing I want to do with that house is grab some trees. I keep all my trees in my humble mud. Because of course I do. I'll be right back. Bye. What are you running for? You out of food? Okay, here we are. Yeah, it is. I don't know what kind of trees I want. I don't think giant trees will do a good job, but not just saplings. Maybe normal typed trees. We'll try different things. You know, it's hard to tell what would look good. So we'll try different things and see what happens. Oops, shouldn't have picked that one up, but whatever. So let's put down some trees and make it a little bit more foresty where they're hiding. Foresty. Okay. Ow, everything hurts. The next thing is not something that I think I have a house to show you, at least not someone else's. I have some of my own. Maybe somebody will have it. I'm gonna check out Palms' house next. Now, trees. Mossy summer tree. I don't think moss goes here. Sturdy poplar. That works. Pear juniper. Nope, too big. And what smaller ones? Strong cypress. Okay, you can live right there. This can be your new life. Right there. Maybe another sapling. No, that's a pear. It doesn't look right. That doesn't cover very much. This one does. This is good. Although it obscures something I don't want to obscure. But there we go for now. This doesn't cover much, so if you come back here, it looks like they're trying to cover something, but they don't. They fail. Poplar cluster could go right here. And maybe a tree back there. I feel like Bob Ross a little bit. I'm like, put a happy little tree back here and a happy little tree over here. There. I'm not entirely sure about this cover thing. I might leave that out. I'm having second thoughts about the fencing. I guess I'll just hope that people don't go back there. Maybe I'll just put a bunch of other hedges there. I hope that no one goes back there, because I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's so obvious, you know. Okay, I'll see you later. Have a good one. ginormoushitboxes.com. Okay, see you later, Violet. That's perfect. Then it looks like it's hanging on the tree. I'll get a few more hedges. Maybe that'll do it, you know? Work in progress. Always a work in progress. Taking away the bigger fire helps. Make it look a little less conspicuously on fire. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right, next one. Palms is cyrodiilic because I think Palms might have used a trick I've seen her use before. Oh, I gotta feed the butthead. He was almost out when I went out there. Yes, you were almost out of food, I saw. Good for you. You're like, Mom, I ate the last of it. There you go. Thing is, he is so incredibly frail, or was, that I don't want him to, hey, Coffee, I'm out of you. I don't actually want to deprive him of food whenever he wants it, because he's so close to, you know, malnourished at this point, that he needs to be given lots of noms whenever he wants them. Okay, so this is gorgeous. Look at this little river. I wonder if this counts as hardscaped because it's got the spouts, but this is multiple waterfalls going under a bunch of rocks and into and out of a spout, which is made out of Cold Harbor stuff. And then it's just, this is so smart, putting the rake there, because that's how those are made. Yeah, I might have to do the same if my husband doesn't get home soon. So, okay, what I'm thinking is, and here's a shrine, a bigger shrine. This is a fence sunken down low enough that you just get that decoration portion. And it's a shrine to Azura. And they don't use the house at all. So here's an example of another house where the person really wanted it to be outdoors. Honestly, though, you probably could have done it indoors, but there's not a lot of space in cyrodiilic on the inside of the house. So I think Palms did fine. But this does not contain something I wanted to show you. So let's see if I can find another one that does. Let's try Laura 5's Earthtear. I'm eventually going to go through this whole list. It'll be awesome, because then we can just always be discovering new things together. It won't be anything that I already have knowledge of. Okay. I wish more people would comment on my breeze home. I wish Cardi would comment on it, because then it gets a big Z next to it for Zenimax. I'm selfish. So this is Laura 5, who put down entirely all of this walkway. This is not a normally there walkway that she has planted here. This must be a bridge, because look at the, yeah, I don't think that's normally on those posts, those flowers. This may be that ginormous bridge that you can get from the Crown store. I'm not entirely sure, though. You can get this sky shard over here. All right. Beautiful. Although that's just, you know, that's part of the house, but it's still beautiful. So you've got a little Edie place over here. Now, this is what I want to talk about. Here's some things. Oh, thank you, Angel. Fish meal. Hello. So, one of the things I wanted to talk about is when you're looking for ideas, think about what the different furnishing vendors have, the cheap ass stuff. So, for example, if you want to build a kitchen cabinetry and you don't want to use something that's pre-built, you want to cobble it, you could buy all of these pieces in clockwork. So, this material here, maybe you're thinking about, maybe you just go and visit the different vendors, the different furnishing vendors, because they all have something different. And maybe you just pick up some things because you're thinking, well, maybe I can make like a plank stage for something, or I'm just talking about inspiration on how to get it, because a lot of times that's my biggest problem. Hello, Ferrari. Is how to come up with the idea of what to do. And if someone can explain to me how to write my damn book, I appreciate it, because I'm so like down about it that I find it hard to even work on. And I'm trying to inspire you folks and hoping that this will inspire me. I want to like pop this chest right now. Doesn't it look like it's in a totally normal spot? And then this stairway is not normally there. So this is added. Lovely crossover. The waterfall. I think part of the problem is that there aren't enough restrictions. Like when you're writing something, you don't have this overlying structure that you have here. You know, it's like you're not within a house with a theme already. Trying to. Let me see what page I'm up to. I was doing it through, what was it called? I was doing it through NaNoWriMo, and then I got really sick and I couldn't keep going, and then I have 25 pages. That's not very impressive, is it? But oh well. I did write 25 pages, so there's that. Trying to. I'm being hard on myself. Something I tell you guys not to do. Because of course I understand how simple it is to not do something once you tell somebody not to do it, right? I need to just have more structure. I didn't take the spring course this year offered of writing. Well, I can't accomplish anything in this world. I couldn't become president. I couldn't become an astronaut. There's certain things that I just could not accomplish no matter how much of a mind I put to it. You know what I mean? So, well, there's just certain things you can't do. And sometimes you just have to accept that. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like, we have physical limitations too. You know, disabled people like myself. And, you know, I don't have enough energy to get through a normal work day. So, sometimes it's okay to accept your limitations. And appreciate yourself for, I love this, for what else you have to offer. You know? I may not be able to do law 24/7, but I can come here and entertain you guys, and then I can pretend I'm writing a book, because it doesn't really feel like I actually am. So this is great. This is some of the things that J. Hart loses his mind over. Actually showing things in progress. Tries to shine. Cromwell. The in progress of making things. This is the kind of clutter that is amazing. And These tops are purchasable at, so is the wood, at vendors. So you kind of get the sense of getting ideas just by looking at vendors. Hey, Swanks. Good thing you're here. I'm going to, at some point, look at one of your houses again. As usual. So, I mean, just one of the other things I do. Yeah, I know, right? You're absolutely right. One of the things I do sometimes is I'll go from one of my houses to the next that are not just like ones that aren't storage houses, and I'll see what items I have in the house that I'm using and think about how I can use them. I didn't know that crawdads sing. Huh. They kept the path going even though you can't keep going. It makes it look like you're... Oh, look at that touch. What a beautiful touch. Yeah. I don't know coffee. But look, keeping this going, this pathway, and then putting this cart just almost out of view. It's like a painting almost, because you can't go over here, right? It's amazing. Laura 5, genius. That was genius right there. Don't overlook lily pads. They are also vendor items, and you can use them in so many ways, and they just add a lot to them. Fishing poles, same thing. So much coolness. I gotta see who's fishing out there. Excuse me. Oh, it's a dead guy. Well, a soulless guy. Apparently the soulless want fish too. That would be a brilliant idea, Swanks. I know of quite a few houses that do that too. Was there a restaurant? So, marketplace. Marketplace is another one of those things you can enter. I love these bags. I love furnishing with these bags. It adds so much. Let me show you something I meant about shopping in your own houses. And then we'll move on. Those bags are great. They're cheap to make. They don't take a lot of mats. They take up space, and they are in the original Skyrim, so they look like they fit. It's like putting empty boxes underneath a Christmas tree. You don't have to know what's inside them. So this is linchal. Yeah, I know. I don't buy those typically. But what I would do here is generally when I'm trying to figure out what I want to do is I'll go to my houses and I'll run around and I'll look at things and think, is this something that I want to use in this build that I'm making? You know, actually, what I should be doing is doing this at Hundings and then ripping things out of it. Because Hundings is supposed to be smugglers. And I've already decided I'm basically killing the build. Sadness. I try not to. But shopping at your own houses. And what I mean by that is, typically, I would not recommend that you actually, if you have a theme, I would not recommend that you actually take the item. What I mean is, look at it, get ideas, and then you would get another one, right? Exactly. Just what I meant. Um, would any of these things look right? Actually, I am going to take this because, like I said, this isn't really, this house is getting kind of dumped anyway. So I'm going to take things, but generally I wouldn't. And so you get ideas and then take things. Right, right. I was going to do that next. I was going to do I'm trying to go through the steps that I actually do. So I was going through the items I own in storage, and then in furnished homes. And then the idea was CS, Crown Store, because we already talked about the cheap vendors. That too. That's part of why I don't even want to do the parkour, because I don't think I could do it within the time limit. So different ideas. Oh, no, it's not haunted. It's a smugglers. Smugglers broke in and destroyed everything. That was the goal. That was the idea, is that the smugglers broke in, destroyed everything. Did I take that knife? I hope I took that knife. If not, I have to take the knife. No. I made a lot of touches that no one ever noticed that I was really, really proud of, like this. Putting through the painting here, you know, or this. As I said, though, I try not to do this, but I'm accepting that it's, this house's time has come. It's added 2 builds already. Thank you. And I feel like, well, not counting all of this, which is another build entirely. And then the potato and the cat. So these are 3 builds right here, and then there were 2 builds in the main house. So I'm okay with it dying now. I think it's fine. And then what I would do is I'd go back to Boulder Tree and I'd place some of these things. And then we'll talk about Crown Store and how you can look at items and shop on the Crown Store. But they don't have everything. Keep that in mind. Because annoying. Hold on, looking for something. Okay. So you've got different things that you can consider. So placing. Let's just throw a couple of things down before we go crazy here. I am not, as you can tell, I'm still not really decorating. I'm sort of just placing. And then we'll decorate after. Okay, so bunch of junk. I may not even use all of this. So then, what would you do next? A lot of times, and what people are talking about is shopping the Crown Store. By that, they mean if you hit F5 and you normally go through what you have in your inventory, whatever, there's this button, the purchase button, that if you look at it, will show you all the things that you can buy from the Crown Store. And maybe you hadn't really thought about what to put down. And you kind of are still thinking through what you want things to look like. You can always go through here, and most of these things that they have listed here are completely craftable in the real world without having to purchase it through the Crown Store. But this is convenient because you get to look at it and think about it all in one place. So don't buy them here, but you can totally like preview them here. I mean, not unless you actually want to buy something. I think in most cases you could just do this and look at it and get ideas and not ever buy anything because you don't need to. But there's certain things that, like, if you're absolutely dead set on using this node, neural tree, whatever, for whatever build you want, there's no other way to get this. So you may want to consider buying it, or you can go on the Crown Exchange or one of those kinds of DLEs and go ahead and do that and buy it that way. That's up to you. Right, if you want to go to, you can go to the PTS and load them up. In most cases, you can't load up the achievement furnishings, but you can load up the other stuff, the Crown Store stuff, because it's one crown and they give you like 1,000,000 crowns or some crazy shit. I forget. The next thing you would do is, in this you may have already, you know, in this hypothetical, you would have already probably looked at this site because you would have wanted to look at all the cheap things that you can use in your build and save yourself some money, like the laundry here, right? The laundry adds such a nice touch. In addition, you can also look at the achievement items or things that you can buy like this on that site. So Lovely North is crucial for that. But there is another site. There is, for example, Benevolent Bode has a list of all of the luxury furnishings for the year, like what was offered. So if you wanted to, you could scroll through all of the different luxe items there are and see if anything else fits your choices there. Oh, you're most welcome. So Benevolent Bode is definitely who I would turn to for luxe furnishings in terms of like looking at them and seeing what's available. Lovely North doesn't have luxe furnishings up. And then of course there's always the standby, the old standby MMO Fashion. Now, the reason why I don't start with MMO Fashion or ESO Fashion is because they don't have a really good manner of sorting. But they're excellent for seeing things and seeing sizes of things. So I would bookmark them. But the problem is it's their categories are not that easy to use. Like, it's hard to navigate around it, I think, for furnishings. Maybe not for you, but, you know, they do have a drag down for furnishings and homes, and then they break it down by, like, conservatory, courtyard, dining, gallery, miscellaneous. So you can break it down by type, but you can't break it down by source. So, like, if you just want to look at luxe items, yeah, it's true. If you just want to look at luxe items, you couldn't go here and necessarily find that out. If you just wanted to look at, you know, items you can get from vendors, MMO Fashion isn't really good for that. But they're good for if you know what you're looking for, pretty much, is a great idea. So there's that. So let's do Swankery's house, because she's here. And I want her to be able to squee in your presence, because she's so excited about this new house she did. And I think she should be. Where be the sugar bowls, Karen? Sugar bowl! Okay. If she's still here. I hope she is. Now, I know she went back and I forget whose it was. Yeah, probably. Tierna. Tierna had an idea about a fish tank with effects. And I think that Swankery did a riff on that. So here we go. It's a layered effect, and it's difficult to do in terms of layering, but it can look really flippin' amazing. Let me cross this off so I don't bring you back. Load, load, load. So this is obviously a crafting house, and on the floor we have an effect, beautiful effect, with the colors changed, because this is the parquet flooring, I think. I don't think that's the natural color. That might have been played with. The walls have been reskinned with brick. I don't think this wall is normally brick. And we've got a lamp with, is that the skull in it? That's funny. It combines colors beautifully. And then here we go. This is what Swankery did with this amazing fish tank. So the background is a painting from EHT, I'm pretty sure. And then she put what I think is aether over it, a certain color of aether, and then the fish and some bubbles. And by combining all of these different effects beautifully, there really isn't any flicker. But it's just an amazing fish tank. We also have it on this side. But here, we've got fishies right up against us, and they're tremendous. So a different painting. I think this is the one from the entry to Corgan, or I forget which Somerset place. But it's just tremendous fishies. I mean, it's just proof positive of what you can do. Yes, but Tierna, don't take any points away from yourself, because you inspired this with what you did. What you did was fabulous too, and I want to show people, because you came up with this idea and you made it happen, and I think Swankery built off of it and did her own thing, but you did it and you were amazing. So don't make yourself feel bad, because I loved when you did it too. And we're gonna go and look at yours real quick, because Tierna is amazing and deserves to be celebrated as well. As beautiful and amazing as that was, Swankery. I just want to share the love. And so this is Tierna's purple room, I believe. Yep, purple. But over here, she's got the fishy tank. See? And you've got a very dark painting again. Bubbles, fishies, and she's the one who, as far as I know, came up with this idea, and it's brilliant, and it's beautifully executed. And I think all of us now want a fish tank in our walls, don't we? Because I know I do. And now I want one. Cracks me up. So those are definitely too much tweaking. Oh, yes, but this is beautiful. So both of you should be very happy with yourselves, because it's just beautifully done. And yes, the tweaking is, I know how hard that is, and it's a nightmare. And in fact, I've actually given up on it, because I feel like I haven't been able to do it properly. So I'm really happy to be able to show off that picture, that both of those houses, because they're both amazing. Is anybody else on? I know I was going to look at one of Angel and Celestine, if she's here. If you're still here, Angel, let me know. I have one of yours I'd like to show. Wow, that rhymed. That rhymed. Man, I'm so behind on my sales because I usually used to go shopping every morning, but now I do the stream instead. Oh, okay, cool. Let's do that. Oh, Nana, same thing. Same thing. Nana and I have bonded over our pain. In fact, I want to say this about Nana because it's flippin' amazing. She was able to tell me something that was wrong with me that I had been going through for months and caused me excruciating pain. But by complaining about it on the stream, she figured out what it was. She messaged me with some information that ended up fixing something that I had been to 3 different doctors for, had multiple tests for, and was dealing with agony, and nothing was fixing it. And she helped me with it. So I have got nothing but love for Nana. And like, I'm almost at the point of tears just telling you about this. So, and I'm in chronic pain to begin with. So what she gave me there was such a gift. It was so wonderful. So, and if you're a lady and you have what seems like constant UTIs but doesn't test positive for bacteria, contact me. There's solutions. Fake UTIs is what I call them. I know some of you knew I was going through that, but it's true. It's completely fake. It doesn't exist, not real. So here's Angela and Celestine's beautiful, beautiful linchal. Yeah, it was totally amazing. She's amazing. And I wrote this down before Angel followed my stream even. 9 flickers though. Stop working. No, you're absolutely right, Tierna, and that's why I gave up on them. Because I couldn't do it. That's exactly why I couldn't do it. And so how Swankery pulled it off, I'm not really entirely sure, but she did. Did you put anything up here? I'll check. Other than a gorgeous view. Did you put your gorgeous view up here? Look at that view. There's another thing about this house you should know before I pop back down. It has this soundtrack to it of birds and like bugs going, and it has this ambient noise, not the music, the ambient noise that's got a green sound to it that is so good that I actually, when I go to mine and I turn the sound up, I get this like, I could completely exhale. Like my shoulders go down. I get relaxed. Same thing with Hundings with the ocean sound. Same thing. I think I saw one yesterday. I was in one of your homes yesterday, and I think I saw one. Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah. Okay, so we have a little fountain. Sneaky, hidden back here. Lit up with some blue light. Now check this out. I don't know. As a kid, I've always had a thing for bowers. Like, I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but there is this bower. I grew up on Long Island, and Teddy Roosevelt had his property on Long Island, where he lived mainly. And I used to go visit that house a lot. And the house wasn't always open, but the gardens were. And in it, he had a bower like this. It has like grapes over it. And so you would sit underneath the bower in this, like, I want to say swing almost. I can barely remember it. And you would just sit under it in the warm, like it's super hot out and you're in the shade and you've got grapes all around you. And this is what this reminds me of. And it's absolutely stunning. And it brings back like such happy memories because there's nothing like it's almost like being a kid in a fort sometimes, if you can imagine it. It's just you have your own little secret garden spot that's just for you. Oh, I'm sorry, Tierna. Okay, have a good one though. Sorry you're at work. I understand. So I love this so much. It just makes me happy. Brings me back to happy memories. And this is an aside that has nothing to do with anything, but I think he also had all of his horses and dogs buried there, like right next to the bower, and had a big gravestone with all of their names and dates because he was a huge animal lover. So it was just, it's a peaceful spot to sit and think about beloved animals, I guess. Nothing wrong with that. But look at all the butterflies and. Yes, definitely. Look at this little pathway she's created. Just like a. It's completely not here normally. I think you just created it out of thin air, and it's just beautiful. And it looks like almost like there's ruins here, pieces of things that the nature has begun to take over. You know, like just beautiful. I could just imagine the scent, the perfume, right? And then here's this gorgeous pond, this willow pond. I guess it's a pond, not really a pool, even though it's man-made. You've got willow trees, you've got nocturnal, all the candles. This must look amazing at night. All the Merkmeyer flowers, like I said, the lily pads are always a good thing. Now, these are purchased from Somerset. These are like ivy clumps. So if you want to work with ivy, you don't just have to use the long strings and the curtain. You can also use little clumps. And for some things they work much better, which is here. But you have to get those in Somerset. This is Angel and Celestine, who's actually on the channel right now, and she's super talented. Really beautifully talented. And then this is behind all that spot we were just in with all of the stuff that looked like ruins. And you've got action going on. You've got, there was somebody picking these apples and now the pig has knocked them over and eating them. You're telling a story with the simple picture of, it doesn't have to be much of a story. It's still a story. And I love it. And there, I guess you would interpret this as the rest of an orchard because they're all the same kind of, trees, so presumably it's an orchard. And I like that it tells a story. It really is. It really is beautiful. And this is why I would prefer to go through houses that even J Hart has already looked at, because I feel like I take something different from some of them. But that's just me. Also, just with using the pitchfork, something's in progress. It's like sort of in the middle of the action. You're just taking a snap in the middle of the action. Some chickens and goats. And this is the halalu shed, which you've sunken down to use as a chicken coop. A big old one. Big old chicken coop. Oh, look at the swing! Oh my god. And the flowers! Oh god, so stealing. So stealing. Oh, I'm sorry. It's fine without effects, let me tell you. So these are those Daedric chains with a box top, and you've got a swing. I mean, isn't it amazing? It just makes you want to, like, God, it's so beautiful. And then this combination of flowers, you've got all different colors mixed in, and butterflies coming off of it. Right, Kriya? I know. That's what kind of makes me sad about some places, is that they don't exist in real life. I usually say that at least once a stream, because it's the truth. Alright, so we've got a little sitting area to smoke the stuff. And another one over here. I don't want to miss anything, because sometimes I can be bad about that. Ooh, and we have a step up. Oh, it's like a bridge. A little arch. You got an arch to get into this little secret art garden portion. Yes, lots of details. And fountains and meridia and candles and lights. Hey, kitty. Who's gonna jump on me? Beautiful. Someone sitting here reading. Maybe some people playing games. Lovely. Oh, water. Oh, look it. Just as an aside, here has a beautiful fountain of two rivers or whatever. Just as an aside, something I just stuck in a corner. You know, it's like some gorgeous detail that someone would make a whole house around. She just puts in the corner because she's got so much, so much amazing work. All right, let's go in the house. Can you believe we haven't even been in the house? Maybe we can't go in the house. I can't remember. No, I see moss. We can't go in the house. So, like I've talked about, this moss has collision. So, yep, this moss has collision. So there's no way anyone's getting through this. This is only this kind of moss that I know of has collision. So you can buy it from the Crown Store, or you can buy it from if you get erstwhile. And that's that. So have I seen everything? Have I missed anything? I'm trying not to miss anything other than I totally missed this, didn't I? There's a little fox in here. Oh, that's beautiful. Let me double check the other side then, because I clearly missed this. Snicky. Picnic. Picnic. Beautiful. I grew up on Long Island, and I'm sure many of you know about Great Gatsby and, you know, New Money, Old Money, South Egg, and whatever egg. Well, that was based on Long Island's North Fork and South Fork, talking about new money versus old money on Long Island. And there were a lot of very wealthy people who had homes back in the late 1800s, early 1900s on Long Island. They would use them as escapes from Brooklyn or Manhattan, wherever they lived, including the Vanderbilts. And so growing up, I thought it was perfectly normal to drive out to a mansion, bring along a snack, sit on the lawn underneath this ginormous 200-year-old oak or something, eat lunch, and then go strolling in the gardens, you know? Like taking advantage of the fact that this person had, because eventually they were usually museums or given to the state or something like that. And it's just like, I used to hike in mansion area, you know? Like they owned hundreds of acres, and I would just hike and think that this was perfectly normal. That is not perfectly normal. Not perfectly normal. Okay, so we got to see Angel and Celestine. I have too many pieces of things open. Is there anyone else who's on that I was going to look at? I'm not going to do another swank right because we did one. A lot of these people aren't on. Okay. So I think I should call it because I've been having really long streams lately. And I needed to do more stuff for myself with work. So I'm going to call it, but I will see you all later. And don't forget, tonight is the Twitch thing for Zos. So make sure that you link your accounts if you haven't with Twitch to Zos. And it is going to be at 5 p.m. Eastern. And the link is this. So have a good one. Enjoy getting your bat. And I will see you all later. Have a wonderful day. See ya.